Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare for the workshop. So you want to invite all of your team members. Yes, it is going to be required that they come, but remember, everybody's under a lot of stress, and so they want to be invited to things. They want to be invited to participate. So in the next slide, there's a draft invitation email or letter that you send out to everyone who's going to be included, invite them to come. You need to decide what the day, date, time is going to be. Typically for these kinds of things, I like to do about 3 hours. That allows some time for good workshopping and also some social interaction time. If you don't allow enough time, it's going to appear as though this wasn't really an effort to seek their input. And you know, the more control they can have over what's happening in their world, the calmer they're going to be, the more focused they're going to be. So truly invite them to get their input. And I will tell you, there have been times when I've done these sessions and the brilliance that has come out of some of the most surprising places has really been worth the time and effort to put this together. So invite them to come for about 3 hours. Make sure you build in some social time. You know, the attachment to companies has dropped dramatically. The feeling of corporate camaraderie and corporate culture has really dropped dramatically over the past few years. And one of the things 88% of employees say is their connection to their fellow company members is really important, vital, in fact, to their connection to the company. So give them some time to interact. You know, order food. Pizza's the #1 comfort food, according to people who were surveyed. So you might want to just, you know, order some pizza and make it fun. Try to avoid having sugary drinks. You know, you don't want to keep that sugar level up. I personally like fresh water, so might want to consider that. You can have some treats, that's always good, but again, try to minimize the sugar if possible. You will want to have some tissues there. You know, as I said before, people are feeling very frustrated, they're angry, they're scared, and they're concerned about your company, and they're also concerned about their lives. So as you start out, it's really important to pop that bubble, because otherwise it's just riding there under the surface and it's taking people's attention. It's kind of the elephant in the room that nobody's talking about. So pop the bubble so that people can move on to other things. Now, you don't want to allow this to go on forever. You don't want people to feed off of each other's trauma and fears. So listen respectfully, but keep it moving forward, and every chance you get to move it into a conversation about what can be done, what your company maybe is doing, or how things are getting better. Try to keep the conversation moving forward. Otherwise, you can get stuck in that, and you don't want to do that. Before you have everybody in the room, you're going to have asked them to come up with their own ideas, to put some thought into your ideal buyers and what you can be doing for them. So have an agenda ready so that you can move through the conversation. I like to play games as I do these events, and we'll talk about that in the next video. You want to also make sure that everybody's mentally in the room. So cell phones, I prefer them to be off, but at a minimum they should be on silent and turned face down, because you don't want people distracted by that. Now, you as the leader, when you walk into the room, walk onto the stage, even if the stage is just walking in front of the room, you want to seize the stage. You want to own the stage. Now, I'm not saying be controlling. I'm saying be in your power and be confident. The more confident you are, the more your team members will be confident too. They'll have a sense of reassurance. If you walk up as though you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're talking about, you're afraid to be there, they will feel that from you, even if you have a smile on your face. So walk in confident, seize the room, move through the agenda, be very respectful of everyone there. They're there to support you. And the more you allow them to support you, the more they will support you, which will, as we move into the new economy, you're going to want everyone pulling together, supporting each other. Okay? So as you walk on to the stage, take control of the room, move the conversation forward, ask people to engage. One of the things that happens often in these kinds of conversations, people are afraid to speak up. So get them speaking up, get them engaged in the discussion. As they come up with creative ideas, have somebody taking them down, have somebody, recording them so that you can use them in the future. I highly recommend before you start this workshop, you review the qualities and traits of great leaders, which are included in this packet. Review that. Are you being that? And as you are working with your team members, who are the leaders who are stepping up? Who's shining? Who do you want helping you in your inner circle? Pay attention to all of that. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to actually run the workshop. That'll be our next video. See you there.